When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spice Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spice Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season, and only for a limited time. Sprite, obey your thirst.
This episode is brought to you by NBA on Prime. This Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern, it's the Emirates NBA Cup Championship game on Prime. This year's quest for the Cup has been building to this, the championship game, live from Las Vegas. Not a Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to get started today. The Emirates NBA Cup Championship game, this Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern, only on Prime. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Every who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton, but where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and no prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do, cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Christian Moore back to Jack Goodchild on the blue line. He manages to get it wide to Jacob Minter. And Goodchild with the shot! And the Slough Jets are taking the lead on the power play with 23 seconds remaining. And Jack Goodchild is Kane Russell with the shot cross goal. No need for the stay from Lorne. And Campbell finds himself on. And it's 3-1 to the Delta Chieftains. They have hit back quickly. Hello and welcome to Zero Pucks Given, the UK ice hockey podcast, hosted by me, Ben Hyde.
And me, Katelin.
Look at us, we are wearing the special jerseys. They've arrived. They're incredible. The quality is absolutely unbelievable. And they look amazing.
They honestly, it is my favourite jersey, and I've got a lot in my wardrobe. This will be on me a lot. So if you see me at an ice throwing, can you see it on me all the time? Don't question it.
But yeah, thank you so much to the guys at Hercules for getting involved with us and putting these out and for sending us these as well. They're terrific. And yeah, lovely, nice, quick delivery as well. I know they've been really busy. Hopefully that means they've been nice and busy, packing loads of these up and sending them.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. And again, we don't take any profit from this.
No, not one penny.
Not one penny. So it is literally just a jersey just to represent us. So yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And like, if you have managed to, if anyone has bought one, please tag us in pictures. We'd love to see pictures.
Yeah, we'd love to see it, and thank you so much for buying it because it's just insane.
Yeah, we see at a rink. It is still weird. I've seen people about at the rink in like Zero Pucks Given hoodies and stuff, and it feels really weird. But
yeah, I'm yet to encounter that, but I think when I do, I'll be like. I'll hit reality and be like, shit, people actually listen to me just chat shit about hockey.
How are you now? Because you was a bit rough last week, weren't you?
I'm all right. I'm still getting there. If I cough occasionally, my voice will go a bit. It's going a bit now, but I'm okay. I'm on the mend. I've just got this lingering fucking cough.
Well, it's the season for it, isn't it? As always, that stuff around this time of year. So we've got a packed show tonight, obviously, with the games from the weekend. The return of Coach's Thoughts, because I got my finger out and managed to text everybody that was available to do some. So, yeah, we've got some Coach's Thoughts. We're going to start, though, touching on a little bit of stuff from last week, because we had quite a lot of feedback from last week's episode.
We did, and some of it was good, some of it for us wasn't so good, and I think we just want to address it.
Yeah.
What we say on this podcast is not to upset anybody at all. It's our opinion as people who watch ice hockey who are not involved in a club anymore for me. But yeah, we just sort of want to address it.
Yeah, because it was, a lot of the feedback we had was really, really positive, actually. And I did want to put my hands up to one thing, because we were talking about the Chelmsford Chieftains Christmas jerseys.
Yes.
And I got it completely wrong, that you can actually have your own name and number on the back of the jersey, just not a player's name and number, because they want the players' worn ones to be special, which I completely understand. So I think they're they're on auction. I think actually may still be able to get them until Friday night. I think the auction is still open too. They are cracking jerseys. I've got to say, whoever's been designing the Chieftains jerseys this year, hats off, because they've all been absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, they have.
But we just wanted to put out there, look, as we said, it's about opinions, and we were voicing genuine fan concerns rather than digging a club out, especially, a club that I follow and that I support. So we just wanted to touch on that, to say, look, that's kind of what we're here for. It's not, it's not really the reason why the podcast started, but that's kind of what it's turned into, that it's now, we can give an opinion on things.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to like it. I know we've actually touched on quite a few controversial things just in the time that you've been with us.
Yeah, in the 3 months I've been on the pod.
Yes, we've had the odd controversial thing. So we just wanted to touch on that. And while we're on something that's ever so slightly controversial, British Ice Skating have today released a statement, and I'll read it verbatim. As part of recent updates to championships, qualifications and events for the 26-27 season, we proudly included a change that means that same-sex couples will now be able to compete in ice dance for British ice skating events, including at the championships. This change reflects British ice skating's values and ongoing commitment to ensuring that everyone can participate and thrive within our competitions. We are excited about this next step as we continue to make ice skating more inclusive and accessible for all. I think the world's gone fucking mad. We spoke about this very briefly off air, and it was only a brief conversation because you haven't seen Blades of Glory, the fantastic early 2000s comedy film with Will Ferrell. I don't know where it is they're coming from. Is it a roundabout way of saying that we will allow transgender athletes? Or are they actually saying we want two men in the, whatever the lycra and skating around, which is obviously going to be really fast, and the men are stronger than the women, so the lifts could be, interesting. But, fuck me. Yes, I'm old school. I know it's 2025, nearly 2026. So I think the world's gone fucking mad.
It's a weird one, because obviously, like you said, are they trying to not bypass it, but sort of let transgender people compete and all of that. From my point of view, I don't see it as obviously a massive, massive issue, because, like I said off camera, you're not actively hurting someone, whereas in ice hockey, it's a bit different. But sometimes it just doesn't, it wouldn't work in some dances, I don't think, because sometimes you do need a man and a woman for a specific dance. But if it's same sex, that can be man and female and female. So it's what is actually, is it going to be a man in a dress, or just two men in their suits, not the dresses? And then is it going to be two females in the dresses? Sometimes it doesn't work out with costumes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a really weird one. I mean, fair play, because why not? But I'm also then considering if a gay man is dancing for ice dancing, what would be the issue with him dancing with a female? I wouldn't see an issue with that, because
to be fair, and it's one of the things why I think the world's gone mad, because it's the kind of thing that's actually I don't really watch Strictly or Dance with Ice or that, but they've done that in recent years where they've had gay participants and they've danced with a man, or I think there was a gay woman on Strictly and she danced with a woman, and it's just I don't understand why everyone needs to change everything all the time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a gay dancer on Strictly. Some, 1 year he's had a male partner, and others he's had a female partner. So obviously I know a lot of people, people are very different in how they go about things, but I wouldn't see it as an issue. But yeah, I mean, I have I've got nothing against it. I think
for me, as long as it's its own category, because I think then you're kind of looking at, well, as you could say, it will be different. If it's two men going against two women, what the two men are capable of physically is different to what the women are capable of physically.
Yeah.
If it's its own category, then I don't see a problem with it. And ironically, I just think because of the film Blades of Glory, it's kind of painted it in this comical light where people, especially probably people of my age or people who have seen the film, will look at it and go, "That's crazy. It's mental."
Yeah, and it's also I think it's not like jumping on a bandwagon, but I think a lot of like organisations are seeing other organisations do like how do I say it, like promote the LGBTQ community, which is great. Like, I have so many friends that are part of it and like love them all. But I just think a lot of organisations are like jumping on it, thinking we can do that, like we can do that. But like you said, if it's in its own category, I think it'll probably be better. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is to be fair, actually, one of the things where. Obviously, when we discuss the controversial things, we're coming at this from the point of view of an 18-year-old girl and a 40-year-old man. So our opinions are sometimes going to be at polar opposites.
Yeah.
About stuff like that. So for me, it's not that I think it's weird or anything like that. I just don't get it. I don't. As with most things that are happening these days, I just don't get it.
Yeah, but no, I can see why they're doing it, but I don't know whether it's gonna work, like I said.
Well, I mean, we'll keep our eye on the Winter Olympics in Milan for Fire and Ice and any other Blades of Glory references that I'm sure you'll understand once you've seen it.
I will watch it. I haven't watched it, and when you said Will Ferrell, I was like, oh, I need to watch it now.
Yeah, to be fair, you probably weren't born when it came out. So.
Probably not.
Madness. But back into hockey.
Yeah,
there was some pretty big news at the weekend. Again, back on Chelmsford's side.
Yeah.
700 points for Grant Bartlett. That's unreal. Wow.
Yeah, it is insane. I mean, both of them are insane, but Grant having 700 points, like what?
It's nearly a whole season as well with injury.
Yeah, like what a target to hit. Like, I bet you when he was just like starting, like playing for the senior team, he weren't probably thinking, oh, I'll be able to hit like 700 points. Like, I think people aren't realising how many fucking points that is. Oh,
it's loads. And it's less than a year since he hit 600.
Yeah.
So that's been done in less than a year.
A year. Points. He is insane. Like, they both are. I've said it for years. They can play hockey blind if they wanted to.
Yeah, and to be fair, Cameron is not too far behind. I don't have those stats to hand, but I know that Cameron hit 600 points not too long after. Grant did, so he won't be too far behind. He's only the fourth player in Chieftains history to make that mark. I believe off the top of my head is Ross Breers, Danny Hammond and Rick Smith, but again, I've tried to collate a few stats through Elite Prospects. I've tried to even use a bit of ChatGPT to try and get as many details as I can. But I do remember seeing when I think it was when Grant and Cam both passed 500 within the same sort of week a couple of years ago, and the Chieftains put the all-time list in the program. And I think Rick Smith scored something like 1,060 odd points in like 300 games.
It's just crazy.
Ridiculous. That was after one season with Oxford. And then he got to Chelmsford and just was ridiculous.
It is honestly insane, but when you've got the talent, you've got it. Like, and these boys have it.
Yeah, like I said, I can't see because Rick Smith's point tally is just so remarkable.
I mean, if Grant was to hit like more than that, you're talking 300, 400 more points, and obviously, it's sort of a rumour at the end of every season, they're retiring now, They're getting older as well, so they're not going to... I mean, I don't know. People do get better with age, some people. Yeah. But you just don't know what can happen within the next few years. So, but yeah, not to take away anything, the 700 points is fucking insane.
Oh, absolutely incredible. And some of the stuff that I've witnessed in the last sort of 5-6 years, the between the legs goals, the blue line slap shots, to be fair, like going back to the playoffs at Ali Pali a couple of years ago, where Grant absolutely took that playoffs by the scruff of the neck and just absolutely owned it. I think he scored 14 points across the playoffs alone. So he's been an astonishing player to watch, and still is a great supporter with this podcast. Did me so many favours when I first started getting it all up and running within the players and the teams, getting a lot of the players on board. So yeah, terrific achievement. We put a little video out there for it, which. Obviously, I'm a Chelmsford fan, so if something happens to a Chelmsford player, I'm going to put a video out about it.
Yeah. I'm sure if Oxford are back next year, it'll be the same for me.
I'm sure it probably will, yeah. But then, so, from that, I think we can just crack on with the games.
Yeah, with the games,
from the weekend.
I feel like at the moment we're always talking loads before the games, and we're like, shit, need to actually talk about the game.
We need to get to the game. So it was Saturday then, 5 p.m. Okay, I love that early face-off.
You do.
I'm going to get it this Saturday as well.
You are.
Solent Devils, Streatham Redhawks. It's always, we always say, every year.
Weird one.
Yeah, Solent do beat Streatham at least once a year. Will it be this time? Well, it ended up not being this time.
Not being this time.
And something that pretty much always happens at Solent. There was a goal inside the first minute.
It was also, I think we both said it would be a bit closer than that in score lines. I need to write our predictions down. I'm going to write our predictions down this week and then remember them for next week because I haven't got them again. But
we'll go back and have a look before I edit it. I'll see what we do. But went ahead early. To be fair, as it always is, the action there, because the rink is so small, the action is so sort of compacted.
Yes.
Streatham up 1-0 early, then 2-0, and then Harry Harcup pulls one back, and then Liam Coleman makes it 2-2, and you're thinking, here we go.
Here we go.
And this is all inside the first sort of 7 minutes, so mental game. But I think at the end, if you look at on the box stats as well, on the box scores that Joe Scutts lovingly provides for everybody, Aidan Doughty bagging 3 goals in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Including Shorty and an empty netter. So it's...
Finishing the game off, don't it?
Yeah, and to be fair, I would imagine it may well have tilted the score a little heavily in Stratham's favour.
Yes.
With the 2 power play goals of Shorty and the empty netter, the game may well have been closer than the 7-3 scoreline suggests. But we're not too sure. I say we weren't there. Alan Lack got his first assist as a Stratham player, assisting Aidan Doughty's hat-trick goal, the 9th goal of the evening to make it 6-3. And only took 2 trips to the penalty box, which is not too bad.
Not too bad for first go, especially when you're with Streatham and playing Solent. It's always sort of a dogfight, I think. Like both teams quite feisty, go for it, and it sounds like a really good game. But it was just like you said, maybe the Aidan Doughty's hat trick at the end sort of tilted the scoreline just a bit more in favour.
Yeah.
It seems like a great game.
Well, Streatham, they're almost patchy, to be honest, aren't they? They can't seem to put a run together where they're consistently winning.
And not the little close games like when they used to absolutely thrash people. They're not doing that anymore. But sometimes you don't need to do that anymore. No,
because winning is winning, isn't it?
It don't matter.
Yeah, we're not the Hawks coach from the Mighty Ducks.
I haven't watched it.
Oh my, Katelin! You're an ice hockey podcast host and you've not watched the Mighty Ducks.
Haven't, no. But I do know you've done a pod with someone from it, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh God, his name's gone out of my head. Matt Doughty. Matt, I do speak to Matt still quite regularly. Yeah, Matt.
Oh, don't let him back on until I bloody watched it.
No. Well, Matt might want to come back on actually because he's actually made his own film, which is going to the Cannes Film Festival next year. So he's going to come on and do some promo.
Well, let me watch my Ducks first.
Oh my God. I don't even know how you can call yourself a hockey fan. That's a disgrace.
Oh God, is this bad? You're going to kick me off.
But the Hawks coach in the Mighty Ducks, his line is, "It's not worth winning if you can't win big." And that's not really the way to go. But no, Streatham have had those games. I think they pummeled Cardiff 10-0 a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. But then they were pummeled at home by Slough, and now they come back down to Solent and whatnot. And I'll tell you, I was just very briefly on the Streatham Slough game. Massive shout out to Chris Beale at Streatham. The highlights package is absolutely unbelievable.
Insane. The sort of retro feel to some of the videos as well that he's producing it's so nice.
Yeah, I think, and Chris is a busy guy as well. He's got like a proper job, busy job, and which he doesn't really like to talk about. He's a very humble guy, but he's those highlight packages are superb, absolutely
brilliant. Superb. And again, it's just so nice to see clubs taking media proper seriously, giving it to the fans.
Yeah, because that's, like I say, the fans put a lot of time in and put a lot of money in to follow the teams everywhere.
Yeah.
So the very least that they can get is a bit back on the social media and videos and stuff. So, but I say good win for Streatham. they can kind of look at now. They've obviously got Slough again coming up this weekend, so
sort of.
could be difficult. I'm not going to do that, but it could be difficult to get that run of form back. And when we come to the fixtures later, we talk about the discipline and stuff that could be affecting that game, particularly next week.
Mm-hmm.
But a good win on the road, because it's never easy to go and win down in Solent.
No, it's just the rink, very much like Invicta. They know how to play on it because they train there, and it's one of the 2 shittest rinks in the league. So it is hard to go there and win. But no, it's always a good game there.
Well, as good games go, they don't get much better than this one on Saturday night from Romford.
No.
I think we both said in our predictions that this would be the game that Swindon got back on the horse.
Yeah.
And it looked like that was going to happen, just a couple of minutes into the second period where Jay Warren made it 3-0 to Swindon, and you think they're
run wild with it.
Running riot all over Romford. And, man, did Romford wake up from then on in.
Yeah. It's just, again, like Romford have got their spark now. They've got it back. Because we both said, like, about 4 games into the season, 4 weeks into the season, like, Romford's, like, have got to start soon. And I think it started, and they're going to try and carry on, like, beating the teams that they can. Realistically, they can. So, like, the bottom 4. And they're doing it. They've done it twice against Swindon now. So, yeah.
Yeah,
maybe this is Swindon's sort of, like I said for a few weeks, maybe this is, I know they've had a few rough fixtures, but these are the fixtures they should be winning, and they're not. This is the start of the downfall. Well, it is the downfall now.
Yeah. So they're in a bit of a rut. Since they were top, they've not won since they went top of the league and qualified for the cup.
They haven't. They're still on 15 points.
Yeah, so that's it's been a tough run for them. It doesn't get any tougher, any easier for them hosting Slough on the Sunday evening.
Either, no.
Scott, so it doesn't get any easier for them. But yeah, for Romford, I think I think exactly like you said. I think that they've sparked. I was at the very first game of the season. You can't really take a great deal from that. New coach, a lot of new players. Yeah. The whole game was. I said to Katelin after the game, he literally said to me, "What did you think of the game?" I said, "My God, it was scrappy."
Yeah.
It was, no one was really in the groove yet. But yeah, I think it's all coincided with the return of Jure Huška.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? A return of one player, and it's just the whole team dynamic changes.
Yeah, so and they're kind of spreading the goals out as well. Cole McCluskey's getting himself on the score sheet on the regular now, which is really good to see.
Yeah.
And but for Swindon, it's the same people doing the damage: Jake Williams, Jay Warren, Sammy Ray.
Yeah.
So they're still a dangerous side. They're still. Especially like up at the Link on a Sunday night, and that still wouldn't fancy facing.
They've still got so much talent in that squad, and also experience with the youth alongside it. I just think they just need to start getting the results back in their favour again. Yeah,
absolutely. Busy evening for Max van Malum on the side, 38 shots, conceding 4 on 38. Being backed up by Tom Adams there, former Haringey Huskies and Chieftains goalie. Good goalie.
Yeah, again, like both goalies, incredible talent, incredible young talent.
So Tyler Pear was in goal for Swindon that night. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, it was.
Might have been up with the Wildcats in the National, wasn't he?
It was Tyler's first game back, wasn't it? Or was it the week before? I'm pretty sure it was Tyler's first game back. But yeah, again, a great goalie. So both times, like when these teams meet each other, it's always sort of what the forwards can do, whereas because the goalies are just so good.
Yeah.
I think with both when these guys meet. So, yeah, I mean, again, you couldn't ask for any better game. I love a close game. A close game.
When you're at hockey and you're getting into the last couple of minutes of the game and there's one goal in it, you're like nothing matches that entertainment.
And I mean, Tom Wilson didn't score till 2 minutes to go. So you're like sat there at 55 thinking, overtime, and then as a Romford fan, you score, you're like, fucking hell, we've got this.
Yeah.
Just got to hold on for 2 minutes, which probably would have been the longest 2 minutes.
They pulled the netty as well, and we're being all over them. So, but another good result for Romford. Like I said, it's good to see them picking up points because no one wants a wooden spoon in an 18. No one wants to finish bottom.
And also, like, the fact that they had no points and, like, Cardiff were picking up a few little points. It's just like you just wanted them just to pick up just a few, but now they picked up quite a lot.
And like you say, because they're beating the teams around them, that's kind of catapulting them up to the top of that bottom section.
Yes, it is, which is exactly what they want to do, which is great for Romford fans to fight for them.
Yeah, so a 5-4 win for Romford, that leaves them 3 wins, 9 defeats, and Swindon now 5 wins, 8 defeats. That defeats
getting higher,
like creeping up every single week. So, and then Saturday, the Challenge Cup down at Chelmsford.
Yes.
Now, Chelmsford have been terrific in the Challenge Cup so far this season.
They have.
Crushing all in their path, and this was no different, really. Not, I wouldn't say an experimental lineup, but they're missing a couple of players, so that young players are coming in and filling slots really well. Ben Bouldercross has been fantastic in recent weeks. Really playing well. As again, you got I can't ever remember the name of it on YouTube, but David Grish does a fantastic job videoing the Chieftains games from the sort of top of the DJ booth. So it's a really good little view that he gets there. Aside from the netting, if you blur your eyes, you can't see the netting. But so these are a good highlight package to watch there as well, so you can get a full sort of go of what's going on in the game. But a 6-1 win for Chelmsford. They've kind of had Invicta's number over the last couple of years.
They have, and I think also, I mean, if you're coming at it from an Invicta view, obviously you want to win every game, but it's pretty much known. Challenge Cup
they're the bottom of the league, aren't they? They can't get anywhere near it.
They're gone. Like they're not. There's no point. And especially with their game against Solent the next day, you're thinking, obviously you need to be giving your all, but you're going to be focusing and hoping to win the Solent one rather than the Chelmsford one, because realistically, if they were to beat Chelmsford, it wouldn't really do much for them anyways.
No. I mean, to be fair, there probably is a little bit of, well, if we beat them, that might stop them from winning it. Which is, that little local rivalry type thing, which I love. Yeah. But again, I just think, for some reason, I mean, it's obviously a separate competition to the league, but they've just, they've looked really composed in this competition, Chelmsford. Really.
They have. I think they want to win. I think they want to get the cup. It's just nice to have some silverware.
Well, it'll be the first one as well. It'll be the first bit of silverware that goes before the actual League Cup.
Yes.
And I think that's always nice to get that first bit of the season. That sets you up, I think, to go in for the run-in. And it is so tight in the league.
It is.
And obviously teams got games in hand, so there's stuff that can change. But I think it's genuinely a proper 3-horse race.
Yeah, it is. Which is so nice to see, because for years and years, it's always, I mean, Slough recently, in the recent few years, have been like catching up with Streatham, but it's always been Streatham. For most of my life, it's been Streatham, like just absolutely flying. So it is nice just to see 3 teams proper like dogfight for the League Cup.
Yeah, I think even last season it went down to like the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it did.
And then it went to the last weekend actually on who was going to win the league. So that was terrific. But yeah, so a 6-1 win, a couple of goals for Grant Bartlett, a couple of goals for Sasha Maltsev, who's just in unbelievable form.
Every year.
Go on Instagram, find Simon Douglas Photography, and he's put together loads of photos where you do the thing where you hold the dots and scroll through.
Yeah.
It's like a stop motion animation of Sasha's first goal, which was amazing. Like the peak inside, it was so tight, the hands were unreal, and he got right in front of the goalie and then just slid it in the 5. It was unreal.
He honestly just every season gets better and better and better. And obviously we've said it before, but like circumstances with his family and all of that, like that can really distract you. And I think a lot of people won't sort of see that. But honestly, he's just an insane player. And like I said, just carrying on getting better.
Yeah. Such a good player. It's so brilliant to watch him as well, because he's always got a smile on his face. He just loves playing hockey, which his dad told me as well, that since he was a kid, he just loves playing hockey. But yeah, so again, not too bad on the old penalty front. Which
disciplines.
That can be quite feisty in a Chelmsford Invicta game. There's the standard. If Chelmsford play Invicta, one of the Bartlett boys is going to beat up Harrison Lillis. It just happens every single game.
Yeah, it just has to, doesn't it?
I think it goes back to Grant's ankle injury that Harrison was involved in and whatnot. When Harry came on here, because I think Harry's great, he's a lovely guy, and he kind of he's like, it might be that, he said, I reached out afterwards and apologised. I can't really do much more than that.
Much more, yeah.
But he was like He's like, I don't know why I'm this pantomime villain. Like every time he goes to Chelmsford, like no one shakes his hand and everyone just boos him all the time, and it's.
Yeah. Also, like you said, the rivalry and obviously the Bartlett boys being Chelmsford through and through, and Lilith being Invicta through and through. You just got to
apart from a few games in Invicta for both the Bartlett boys.
Yeah, but I'd say mostly they're Chelmo. I think
absolutely. They did both play Invicta very briefly, but yeah. So that was. But
yeah, it just adds more to it.
It does, absolutely. And I think the league games between the two have actually been tighter than this. So I think, like you say, Invicta could probably be giving the young guys a trying some lines in the Challenge Cup because. And
I think they've got to do that. That sort of, because you can always experiment in training sessions, but it's not the same playing against the team. So if you have got the chance to experiment, do it in a game where it doesn't really need to be won.
No, of course. It was Brandon Stones in the pipes for the Chieftains, 1 goal off of 29 shots. Nikolai Deval took 2 periods for 6 goals off 27, and Brad Winterbank taking the third with no goals on 8 shots.
Yeah.
So on to Sunday night, and this game we both were saying excited about this game because Invicta versus Solent, it's been the playoff quarter-final for the last however many years, because they always seem to finish 4th and 5th or 3rd and 6th, and it's always entertaining.
Such a good fixture.
And again, another early goal as well, with Aaron Connolly's in some incredible form at the moment.
Every week, feel like we meant bring him up because he's at least scoring 1 or 2 goals a game. He's just, like you said, in incredible form, and it's great for Invicta as well.
And that shows, especially a player of I'm not going to say Aaron Connolly's age because he's younger than I am, but his experience, who's come down to play at this level because of I would imagine because of the commitment to the schedule in the National League, so he's coming down to play at this level. He seems to be really enjoying his hockey, and that's got to be the main thing.
That's the thing. A lot of fans won't realise that either, is the fact that when players do drop down a league, it's probably because they can't commit, and also they're probably not enjoying the severity of where they're playing.
Yeah, the travel. So
to drop a league and just be more chilled out, but you're playing well and you're enjoying it. That is the main important thing.
A hat-trick for Mads Thune in there as well. Yeah. Although I would say in the first, which the first does look a really entertaining period with Connolly's early goal and then an equaliser from. Go on, you say it.
Oh, Chris Necro Sevicius.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Is it? Brilliant.
Necro Sevicius with the equaliser on 11:07 for Cam Buckle, top player Cam Buckle.
Yeah.
Put Solent in front. Yeah, but on the power play, then Mads Thune equalises on the power play.
Literally 40 seconds later.
Yeah, I think that must have been a great game to watch.
I mean, first period looks great, and then second period, nothing really happens other than 3 penalties.
Yeah.
But other than that, it seemed like a pretty dead period. It's probably you're at 2-2. You're like, trying to defend, but also score.
Don't make the mistake.
Don't make the mistake in second. But then obviously Solent made the mistakes in the third, which cost them the game.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's unusual as well for Solent to be in a run of form like that where they're not picking up points. Because even when they're playing bad, generally, as we said, at home, they will pick up points.
They'll pick up 1 or 2, yeah.
So and we have so the return of Coach's thoughts. So we have got Coach's thoughts from Mr. Alex Murray from the Solent Devils. They did come in quite late. He's been away with work so far this week, so he was a little bit unsure as to whether he would be able to get them in, but he has managed to get them in. I'm not too sure he would, because he said he obviously is not massively happy with the results over the weekend, but true to a man of his word. We'll have a listen to what Alex Murray had to say.
Evening, Ben and the team at ZPG. It's good to have you back on the episodes weekly with Coach's comments, and been a strange one for us recently. We haven't played much, but this weekend we had a doubleheader just gone by. Pretty tough one, actually. Streatham at home, Invicta away. The Streatham game at home was a good chance to kind of bounce back following a disappointing performance at their place in November. I felt like the team played okay. We kept the game pretty close, 3-2. We went down early, brought it back to 2-2, and scored a nice goal on the power play. But I think the challenge for us is that they were scoring consistently, and whilst the second was pretty even and no score, every time we kind of got a foothold on the game, we were caught by a bit of skill or a mistake that led to another one from Streatham. And it was close. We probably needed to convert on the second 5-on-3 that we got, which would have brought the game much closer. But at 4-3, we let that get to 6-3 pretty quickly, one of them being short-handed. And an empty netter at the end. So tough on there. And then Sunday on the road, a similar story, really. We conceded early and felt the game was pretty even. I think they had the better of the high danger chances, but in terms of chances, I think they're pretty even throughout the game. They're pretty fast and powerful in their rink, Invicta, and their forecheck was pretty good, and we struggled to cope with that. But we were missing quite a few guys. We had, 16-year-old Jacob and 18-year-old Ryan in D as regulars, from our under-19s team, and Liam Kennington, 17, in the lineup, regular shift. So it was a difficult one. It was great for 2 periods. I think going into the third, we probably felt confident. We've been in that situation before in Gillingham, and we've normally come away with the points. But it wasn't to be that we missed our chances in the third. It was a great save on Liam by Winterbank and goal, and Charlie hitting the post in a chance that he probably scores 9 times out of 10. And they scored some lovely goals in the third. The Connolly or Thune one, which was a shot from top of the circles, top corner, was a frustrating goal to concede, but one that you just can't do anything about. It was a lovely, well taken goal, and yeah, they played really well for their win, and we fell a little bit short. So strange one for us at the moment. We're in a bit of a difficult situation. We haven't really ever been in this situation where we're not able to string together or bounce back. But I don't think having ad hoc games has helped. So this weekend will be good because we've got 2 games again to set it right. Chelmsford at home on Saturday and Swindon away on Sunday. And the Saturday game is really important for the Cup. Both teams need to win that to make the semis, with Swindon already qualified. So, yeah, the guys will be back at it. Hard work tonight. Thursday, that is. And, yeah, we hope for a positive performance first, result second on the weekend coming up.
Yeah, as you said, they're kind of agreeing that they're struggling with that not picking points up and not being in form. And then, right at the end there, I'm not too sure what you meant about performance first, result second. That's a different way of looking at things, especially when you come into Saturday night, which is pretty much win or bust in the Cup.
Yeah, you have to win that. The one thing with Muzza, he's so honest. So honest. He will admit what's going wrong, and from what it sounds like, Sunday night was just not their night, missing chances that probably if they tried again, they probably would have put in. But yeah, you can sort of sound hear the disappointment. I think the Sunday night probably frustrated them more as a team than the Saturday night, because you're thinking Invicta, always a good game. Realistically, out of the weekend, we should sort of be having a closer scoreline, let alone winning as well. But yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, the 3 youngsters, that's always great for them, getting that experience over the weekend and against 2 really tough teams. But yeah, they're just sort of in
Kennington is a good youngster. I think I've seen Liam play with Guildford Phoenix a couple of times. He's a good player. But we always say, I love the way they do everything down there. Everything is so close-knit, and the way the players all come through the youth setup, and then there was juniors, and that is fantastic.
It's exactly how it needs to be, and exactly how it should be at every club.
So, after their 6-1 defeat in Chelmsford on Saturday, then the Invicta Dynamos getting the points in the league, and let's have a little listen to what Carl Lennon thought about that.
It was a pretty difficult weekend for us to navigate. We found ourselves on Saturday in Chelmsford in a cup fixture that really means nothing to us now, having sort of been knocked out of that competition, and the Sunday game against Solent at home was a big league fixture that we needed to pick up points in, and so a lot of our attention had been towards that part of the weekend at least. And I guess if we reflect on Saturday, it was a poor performance from us generally. We gave up a number of soft goals on the night. I actually thought we'd started pretty well in that first period. We had a few good looks, and almost found ourselves ahead. I think we had one off the post, one off the line, sort of scrambled off away, and we if we were a bit more clinical, we might have been in a very different situation than what we found ourselves in. And they then scored a couple unanswered goals in that first period, and then again same thing in the second. And we've got a mountain to climb, and we never really looked like we were going to get back into the game at all, honestly speaking. So it was a frustrating night, and I'd hope to think that the boys didn't have Sunday on their mind, because regardless, of whether we were in or out of a competition, my expectation of the players is to put in a shift every time they put on that jersey. And, honestly speaking, I think there were spells in that game, especially in the second, where, we really didn't perform very well at all. And that's not good enough. And they knew that going into Sunday. It was important that we saw a reaction and performance, and I think we did just that. We were excellent at the start of the game. We came out with the right intention and the right energy, and it was a really solid first period. And I think we probably were unfortunate to be tied at the end of it. They'd had a goal we could have done better on, clearing our zone, and they managed to push that one home. And then I think an unlucky bounce and maybe a fortunate bounce for them on their power play, whereby, it popped out to someone to just put in the net. And, thankfully we managed to equalise before the end of the first period break. And I think from then on in, we looked the more comfortable side. I think we limited them to around 5 shots in the second period. And in the third, we just turned the energy up even more. And, once Mads had scored a couple goals there in the third, and picked up his hat-trick, we never really looked back. And then Aaron sealed it with a nice finish towards the end of the game there. So it was an excellent performance on Sunday, and a great atmosphere to play in. And, for us, it's 5 wins on the spin in the league, which we're happy about, and something for us to build upon. And we've got another league fixture coming this weekend against Cardiff at home. So, yeah, we've got all attention on that, and looking forward to playing on home ice again Saturday evening against Cardiff.
Yeah, 5-2 win for the Dynamos there. As Carl said, that's their league form, which would say that it's been really good.
Really good. And I've always said they're a team that you need to watch out for in the league, because they quietly pick up the points, and then you're like, shit, they're like 4th or 3rd. And you're like, wow, like they're doing really bloody well. So yeah, and like Carl said, sort of what I've been saying, like the attention shouldn't have just been all on Sunday, but it seems like it was for a lot of Saturday's game, which again, understandable, but like he said, like if you're putting on a jersey, you need to be given 100% all the time. But it's fine because they picked up the points where they needed to. Yeah,
that could almost be used as like a forced mental switcheroo, because you're going into this game on Saturday knowing it doesn't mean anything. You can't win the cup. You can't really have an effect on what's going to happen in it. But as we've said in previous weeks, if you don't give 100% in hockey, you're going to get injured, and no one wants that. But then you want the reaction the following day. So you kind of you probably know we're not going to go and win in Chelmsford. But then at least in the locker room after him, I can say, right, we can't do that tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah. If we do that tomorrow, we've got issues. Yeah. That's a good point, and it's a good thing. And once again, Carl's always so honest and everything with his thoughts. Always enjoy hearing what Carl has to say. So continuing on the Sunday, then we're back in the league at the Riverside, the real Essex derby. Yes. Because there's no other Essex derby. There's no other Essex team. Not aside from this one. In any other sport, really, this is by far the best one. And to be fair, it's been one over the last few years where even if Romford are in poor form, they're normally hard to beat against Chelmsford. But whereas this season, it's just that well. Yeah, and I just think they've been, like I said, Chelmsford and that, they're ticking. Chelmsford are really, really ticking. I think that's sort of the reaction from the really poor start they had. They sort of got it, and then like they didn't have it at all. They just did not have that spark. Got it for a game or two, lost it again, and now they're just consistently on it now. Yeah. And that's exactly what you want to be seeing as a Chelmo fan. Yeah, I think like that game against Slough 3 weeks ago could probably be seen as a bit of a blip. Yeah, that was the sort of like weird one out of their whole form. That's the only one that's let them down.
And that was mainly disciplinary issues rather than hockey.
Yeah, I mean, I was there, like, what a game it was for a fan. But yeah, it weren't their best night. But again, I know the day after they came back and retaliated straight away. But yeah, like you said, they're in that form now. And for Romford, who have been, I mean, getting back into form but haven't had the greatest start at all, it's hard to go there and, I mean, even score. So the fact they've scored, take it as a good thing. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the sort of the goal totals, there's 32 shots, which is not bad really to go to Chelmsford on a Sunday.
No, that is good.
32 shots, just the one goal slipping past Ross Miller in the second period. 6 goals on 57 for Max Van Mullen, who just must be incredibly supple. That boy gets a hell of a workout every week, doesn't he?
Yeah, but again, I've said it before. Like the goalies that face the more shots are the ones that I think have the most talent because they're facing so many different shots, especially when you're going against a team like Chelmsford with the talent that they do have. So yeah. Yeah,
and this was the game obviously where Grant Bartlett knocked up his 700th point for the Chieftains. I believe it was the fourth, the goal, the goal that he scored to make it 4-0. I think was the one that tipped into 700. Did score later on in that night as well, so that may well be 701.
Yeah.
As we sit. Jure Hushka was the one who pulled the goal back for Romford. That was the final goal of the night, actually.
And it was just over halfway.
Yeah, so both teams maybe just coasting towards the end there. No injuries, no suspensions. We've got the wins in the bag in the league. Let's coast through because, let's be honest, this weekend coming for the Chieftains is absolutely massive.
Yes.
So, and that's probably, Cliff may well touch on that, as I say, may well, because we don't listen. We get these coaches' thoughts in and we do not listen to them.
Blind reaction.
I don't send them to Katelin, just so that our reaction is pure to them. So let's hear Cliff's thoughts on the weekend.
Good weekend for us last weekend. Obviously, we faced Invicta in the Cup, the Challenge Cup, which is something that we're coming towards the end of now, and then Romford in the league. And we had a pair of 6-1 wins. I think 2 quite different games, really, even though they end up with the same scoreline. On Saturday, we knew we had to win to take it down to these last 2 games in the Challenge Cup against Streatham. First one being this week, and then the second one's after Christmas. So we went out there, we wanted to get the job done with the minimum of fuss, really, which we did. I think we sort of went quite hard for a couple of periods, and then the third period it was, I think, quite a lot of nothing, really. I think both teams kind of resigned to the result being what the result was going to be, and we sort of saw the game out, 6-1 win. And then on Sunday, the Buccaneers came over, and it wasn't a classic. Let's put it that way. It was a bit of a scrappy game, if I'm completely honest. I think I probably said similar last time we played the Buccaneers. They worked really, really hard and sort of get in your way a lot and make things difficult for you, which was the case again. And it's tough sometimes to break teams like that down, and it's tough sometimes to analyse what you're facing. They've got a lot of good young players that just work and work and work, and I think our quality sort of showed, certainly in the first 2 periods. We scored a few nice goals, and the one we gave up I wasn't particularly happy about, and we did give them too much joy. They spent too much time in our end, and that's something that I know it's easy to do that when you're winning comfortably, but at the same time, like we don't want that. We don't want to play with the puck in our end, really, to be honest, and that's not us. So we'll have to look at that moving forward into this weekend. So this weekend is massive for us, actually. It's the final weekend of the calendar year. Travel down to Solent on Saturday. We know we need to win that to get into the Cup semi-finals, like the League Cup semi-finals, and obviously we won the Cup last year, so it's something that we want to defend. So that's a situation we've put ourselves in, and we need to make sure that we go down there and get ourselves out of. And then on Sunday, Streatham come, and we're in a position now where we've got 2 games against Streatham in this Challenge Cup, and we need to win one of them, really. I think a point does it for us to get our hands on the trophy, but no one really wants to win a trophy by losing in overtime. So, we're looking for a win there to get it done and dusted by Christmas. Obviously, we'd have a second chance at it if we weren't to win, but that's certainly the plan. On Sunday, we're holding, I believe, first time ever in Chelmsford, the Air the Bear. So we're can't chuck teddies over the glass in our rig because it doesn't work. But we're going to get the doors opened when we score a goal, and we're going to get the teddies on, and myself and a few of the players are going to go and visit the Phoenix ward, the local hospital, just before Christmas, and deliver those. And that's something that I'm really passionate about, and I hope everyone gets behind and supports, because if you can't give a little something to a child who's sick at Christmas time, then I don't know. I'm not that much of a softie, but I think that it's something that we can all buy into. So, I'm looking forward to that. Just thanks to everyone who supported us over the weekend, and we've got a really, really exciting weekend coming up. Hope to see you all there, and don't forget to get down the shop and buy yourself a teddy bear to chuck on the ice on Sunday. Cheers.
Spot on.
Absolutely spot on. And like you say, the idea behind getting this Challenge Cup could be done in one game.
Yeah, one game.
And I think and big weekends is something that the Chieftains, particularly under Cliff, have been really good at.
Yes.
When they need a big weekend, they can pull it out.
Yeah, they can. And I think, it could be this weekend that they're it's probably the biggest weekend of the calendar year so far. Probably also of the season, obviously, if you're excluding playoffs if they get there and all of that, which they will. It's going to be a great weekend for them. I think even, if they don't get results they want, I know it's not the best, but for the fans, it's just going to be an exciting weekend. Yeah. And obviously, like I mentioned, they've got the Air the Bear thing, which is always such a good, when you're in the rink and Air the Bear is happening, it's such a good experience because there's nothing quite like it.
Yeah, it's just a shame, like he says, because of where the netting sits.
Yeah.
You can't literally stand up and throw it because it won't work. So they're gonna open the doors in the corners, I believe, and possibly the middle entrance for everyone to throw their bears on.
Which is going to take a while, I think.
Yeah. So it will be for the Chieftains' first goal of the game that happens. So yeah, just sort of keep hold of your bear and wait for the first Chieftains goal. And then
don't try and go there when Streatham score first.
No. And then they will open the doors. Air the Bear's also happening on Saturday in Victor.
Yes, it is.
They're doing Air the Bear and Kids for a £1 as well, which is terrific to get those in there. And then the following weekend at Invicta, which I'm sure we'll pick up, before the end of the year, they've got their 40th anniversary weekend where they're actually going home and hose with Slough, who are also having their 40th anniversary.
So it just works very well.
Yeah, so that's worked out really, really well. So there's and the jerseys look terrific with the Medway Bears logged in with the horse and everything from the Dynamo. So yeah, that's absolutely amazing. I was really, really hoping to get down to Invicta for the Sunday night for the thing, but I think I've been booked on a family Christmas type thing in London. So I'm trying to get out of it.
Out of it.
I'm trying to get out of it because I really want to go. I really want to go to that game. And then obviously, like Cliff said, they've got the game Saturday against Solent where winner takes all. Winner takes all.
Yeah, that game is going to be it's either going to be really scrappy, and it's both teams are really nervous. They just want to win, or it's going to be a really, really good game where it's both teams are on it. I think so. It'll be good to sort of see who takes that.
Yeah, I know in the cup final last year, in the first leg down there, it was nil all the way until about the 39th minute, and then Alex Murray
slammed
one in from the blue line, which obviously is not as far as other blue lines because it's quite tight down there.
Yeah.
But, so it's it like you say, it can be on a knife edge for as long as it takes down there. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to going down there.
I'm a bit jealous. I can't make it, and you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna be down there on Saturday. I love going down to Gosport, so yeah, really looking forward to getting down there. One final game of the weekend just gone. As we said, the Swindon Wildcats returned home to face the Slough Jets, and Slough just kind of did what they do. They get in front and then they just get on top, and then there's no coming back.
Yeah, I mean, Swindon always give as good as they get, I think, against these top teams. They've shown that over this season so far. But like you said, Slough sort of get on top, do what they need to do, and then it's just too late, or it's just they go too ahead for the team to catch up with them. Yeah,
they've gone 4-0 up, across the first and second period. Juha Lindgren, Carl Bradburn, Sebi Moore, and Ollie Hemmings-Mar is just having an incredible season. He got a shorty there for the 4-0.
Shock.
And then he was coming back a little bit. A goal from Shannon Taylor, a goal from Dan Bradley. But I think that goal from Jacob Soper
kills it.
That kills it, yeah. Minute and 34 to go in the second period. Quite similar, actually, to what Carl was saying about when Mads got the equaliser to make it 2-2 right at the end of the second period, end of the first period, in that game. It's just the momentum shift.
Yeah, it just changed it because you're thinking you're going to go, into the period break thinking, we've got this, and then you sort of feel a bit more defeated when you've conceded so close to the end of the period.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I love a lot of sports, but I don't think that momentum is as key in many other sports as it is in hockey.
Yeah, no, it's so important. It's so key, like you said.
Jan Kostel Jr. nicking a power play goal at the end to make it 6-3. So, and Ben Ely Newman obviously fancied the last weekend off.
Oh yeah. Didn't quite see that.
So I don't know if that's 2 games. I don't know if that's 2 things plus game twice. We'll have to see what comes out in DOPS on Saturday morning. But
nothing, no penalty was given to Swindon
for the Swindon player
for the incident. So don't actually know what's happened there.
No.
But other than Benny Newman, pretty light on discipline again.
Yeah. But like I said, I think, particularly on Sunday night, you've got to go to work, you've got to do...
You can't be arsed.
No, let's just play the game. Get the game done. Yeah. People want to drop the gloves and have a fight, as we've said every week. Let them fight. Let them do it.
Yeah, please let them fight. I saw a video in the week, and it thankfully, not thankfully, but it weren't in British hockey, but goalies were going to go for it, and the ref just completely stopped it before they even got to each other. It's just let them fight.
That did happen, didn't it, at Streatham Slough? Brett Shepherd and Matty Smith would face each other down, but no, that's that win for Slough. To be fair, that does make, because Slough have got games in hand in the league, so it does make it quite interesting the way that the league table sits. So we'll have a little look through the league table before we have a look at the fixtures. Obviously, we've discussed a lot of the fixtures as we've been going through, talking with the coaches' thoughts and whatnot, but especially about the teams that have been playing this weekend have got coming up. And Cliff said it is the final weekend for Chelmsford. There is another game weekend where we said we've got Slough and Invicta the following weekend.
Yeah, Chelmsford's set up top.
Still sitting top, yeah, but I think that those 4 games that Slough have got in hand, they're only 3 games behind. 3 points behind, sorry.
3 points behind.
So, yeah, the gap is not quite as it would seem.
No, and also with Stratton behind them on a point and they've got 2 games in hand, you've got to take the games in hand into context because a game can change it all. So,
yeah. I mean, every one of them coaches will tell you it's better to have points on the board than games in hand.
Yes.
Because you've then got to go and win those games in hand. But then if you're the team that's ahead on games and points, you're looking at other people's fate. Your fate's in other people's hands. So it's a frustrating one both ways round. But as we were talking earlier about Romford, the way they're knocking points together, they've really pulled away from Cardiff now.
They have. There's a 7-point gap now. And when you think Romford were on no points for so long and Cardiff were above them by 2, as a Cardiff fan and player, you're probably sitting there like, shit, we need to fucking turn on now because Romford have as well.
Yeah, need to get some wins. I mean, not only that, obviously no one wants to finish bottom, but you're also going to have to face the league winner in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful trying to face a top team, but especially when you're bottom and you're on 2 points.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to face someone like either Streatham, Slough or Chalmo.
Well, in the cup then that comes, the Britain Cup that comes out of the league, the first 2 league fixtures between the sides in the groups determines the little league table that then gives us our winners. We know Swindon have qualified from that fantastic start they made early in the season, and then as we've said 2 or 3 times already tonight, Saturday night, 5 p.m, Gosport Ice Arena, Solent versus Chelmsford, winner makes the semis.
Yeah, decider of the semi-finalists.
Yeah, absolutely incredible stuff, and that would be to face the team that finishes, well, so if the team that wins, providing it's a regulation win, if it's a regulation win for Solent, they will actually top the group. So they will face the team that finished second from Group B. If it's a regulation win for Chelmsford, they will probably top the group on head-to-head Swindon, just because I think they won the game at home better than they lost the game away. So goal difference is not really a thing in hockey.
No.
But then, so the other group is still really tight. Streatham are sitting there, played 4 with 11 points. Slough have played 3 with 7, but Invicta played 4 with 6. Their league form is really, really helping them in this position at the moment, because it is. A slip up from Slough and maybe Invicta taking a result off Slough could get Invicta into the Cup semi-final. It
could do, and I think that would cause a lot. It would stir a lot. To think Slough potentially couldn't even be getting to the semi-finals.
No, because they won everything last year, didn't they? Aside from the new national playoff final that they lost to Billingham. But yeah, aside from that, Slough won everything last year. So I would imagine that retaining that was goal number 1. Yeah.
But it's proven hard. It is proven hard. I like this season just in general. It's very different to seasons before. You're seeing a lot of different teams picking up points in games where you probably think they wouldn't have. But like I said, it's so nice to see just a change.
Well, so I say they won everything. They didn't win the cup last year, of course. They got knocked out in the semi-finals by Solent, and Chelmsford won it last year. But they, I'll tell you, before we get to the fixtures, actually, speaking of that national playoff final and stuff last year, man, the Morley division this year is bonkers. Just like falling off the edge of the planet. D-side, I think D-side beat Billingham 10-4 over the weekend.
It's just crazy.
And Blackburn, some people may have guessed it, some people didn't. We were speaking about a former Oxford player, American, that was returning to these shores. Dylan Hullaby has joined
Blackburn Hawks, And
they took a 6-point weekend off their home and hose with Solihull Barons, who've been probably the best team in that league apart from Blackburn.
So again, hockey just in general this season for a lot of leagues has been crazy. I mean, I know we talk about it a lot, but NHL 2 South, crazy, so crazy.
Yeah, such a good league. So there's so much entertaining hockey going on.
There is,
and it's I only wish there was more kind of streaming options where you could watch it, because. Originally, I don't know if you actually know this, one of my original goals for this podcast was to kind of actually create a match of the day style show for our level, but it's just so difficult with the getting every video together for everybody. That's why we were talking earlier. We really appreciate that the clubs go to the effort to edit their highlights and get it out.
It is hard work. I remember that my first highlights I ever did for Stars, I sat on my bed and edited for about 5 hours after I got back home from college. And I remember going downstairs and my dinner was cold because I was like, no, I'm going to finish editing first. It does take ages. So whoever does edit these highlight packages, hats off to you, because I know the struggles, and some of them are top level media, top level quality.
Yeah.
So the hard work and effort that gets put into them, it doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah, it's all, I always kind of think back to the very first night that I did Hockey Night Live, which was people kind of know the genesis of it. Me and Nick Rothwell had kind of discussed it when we met in person. We were talking, is there something else we can do? What about trying this? So we tried, and I remember sitting there the first night, it was like an octopus. I had 3 phones and 2 laptops and computers all on the go like that. It was craziness, absolute craziness. But yeah, again, that's probably the sort of thing that I would need a little bit more than just me and a computer to do properly.
Yeah.
Haven't been able to do one so far this year, just been so busy. But hopefully next year might get the time to do a Hockey Night Live. Might even try and try and do it properly. Get a technology bit going. Get some, you, maybe a coach who's not playing that weekend and come and
get proper.
Watch a game. Because I know Muzzer actually offered. He was like he fancied coming and being like a pundit on Hockey Night Live.
Honestly, it'd be so fun.
It would be great. It was. To be fair, I always actually thought, it was a really good idea, and I think I executed it as well as I could have possibly executed it. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It just all comes out of time. And as you say, everything that we're all doing is, none of us getting paid for this. This is all.
We do it because we love the game.
Just do it because we love the game. So with the games next week, obviously we already discussed Solent Devils versus Chelmsford Chieftains. I will be there, cannot bloody wait. And then 6:30 at the Hangar, Slough Jets versus Streatham Redhawks in the league /cup. So this isn't like one of them games that if Streatham win this game, they've opened the door for Invicta.
Yes.
And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of really good players not playing in this game.
Which they should be, realistically, they should be. So this could have a massive effect on the game as a whole, because you're missing about four key players in that game. Yeah,
which is not ideal, because we always said you want to see the best players playing as often as you possibly can.
And I think that's always been the issue for the top teams. It's the best players that do get the discipline, they do get the bans. So yeah, it's going to be a weird one.
And in the league, not in the cup, unfortunately for Invicta, I'm sure they would have liked it to be in the cup as well. They played Cardiff at home on the Saturday. So, and I'm sure Carl will be saying, we don't take anything for granted, because I think Cardiff are capable of going there and pulling off a shot.
Of course they are, and I think Cardiff, with obviously Romford picking up the few wins they have recently, there's going to be more of that fire in their belly. No pun intended, but they'll want it more.
They will. On to Sunday then. Challenge Cup could well come to an end. Chelmsford Chieftains versus Streatham Redhawks. As Cliff said, and we spoke about, don't forget your teddy bears to come and air the bear. That's also Saturday in Invicta, as Invicta face Cardiff. Take your teddy bears down to Invicta and kids for £1. And then Swindon Wildcats versus Solent Devils.
It's going to be a good game. That's going to be a really good game.
Yeah. Do I think this could, depending how hard Saturday is on Solent, like if that's a really attritional game, and then travelling up to Swindon, that Swindon might have the legs on them.
Yeah, they potentially might do, but it's also just whether Swindon sort of get their form back.
Yeah.
Because, scoring hasn't been an issue for them. It's just getting the results. So they've sort of got to keep an eye on what happens on Saturday night and then sort of take that into Sunday night.
Well, you say about Swindon getting their form back. I feel terribly, terribly rude that I've almost forgotten him. But after we've got our coach's thoughts from Kenny Forsey after that Swindon defeat at home to Slough. So whilst we're talking about them hosting the Solent Devils on Sunday night, we're
going to go back to the game
on the weekend.
Yeah, so 2 games for us on the weekend. We had Romford away on Saturday, and then we were home to Slough on Sunday. Going into the Romford game, we really wanted to get back into the win column. It's actually been a while since we've had a win. Tough schedule for a few weeks there, and kind of got ourselves into a little bit of a rut. Haven't been at our best the last few weeks, and trying to get out of it. But going into the game against Romford, we were quite comfortable with, the game plan and how we were going to go about our business. And we went out and had a real good first period. We established our forecheck and we possessed the puck and we were making smart plays. Everything was looking pretty good. We got the first goal, and then Sammy Ray got us the second goal, and Sammy Ray's been excellent for us the past few weeks. He's had his legs underneath him. He's been really good on the forecheck, and he went out and, put on a display of how to forecheck and how to get to the net and win battles and get the puck in the net. So it was really good to see. So we go up 2-0 and, really liked our game, kind of on the bench, thinking this is really good. And go into the second period and we kill a penalty off and we get the next goal. We go up 3-0 and, then we're feeling really good about ourselves. And then for whatever reason, we just stopped playing. And that's very uncharacteristic of our team. Usually when we have our legs underneath us, we're good for all 3 periods. But we just stopped playing, and we have no idea why really. We're we're not the type of team that can go through the motions. We have to be as hardworking as possible for 3 periods in order for us to succeed. But as soon as we got that third goal, we just stopped playing, and then, we made a couple of mistakes, and, Romford get the next goal, and all of a sudden the momentum swings, and, fair play to Romford, credit to them. They didn't give up. They kept playing hard, kept chipping away, and I guess they kind of smelt blood once they got back in the game, and they actually went ahead of us 4-3. So we gave up 4 goals in that second period, which was really inexcusable. We got it back to 4-4 going into the third, and then even if you looked at our third period, I thought we were pretty good. Max had a good third period for them. We had a 5-minute power play, couldn't score. So at the end of the day, we didn't produce, and that's part of it as well. When the game's on the line, we need production, and we didn't get it. And then still feeling pretty good there in the third period about our game, but we just couldn't get that goal, and then they come down and score with whatever it was, I guess 2 minutes left on the clock, and just a real deflating loss for us. But I guess you chalk it up to a learning experience. We got to play 60 minutes. I know that sounds cliche, but we're not good enough to play 40 minutes. We just aren't. We have to put a full effort in for 60 minutes in order to succeed in this league. And so, the boys talked about it before the game on Sunday. We came out, pretty good effort, to be fair to the boys. They had the right attitude. We played with determination. Was really happy with the effort overall on Sunday against Slough. But when that Slough team, they decide to go, they can go. They can skate. They're such a good skating team for this league. So good on the forecheck, relentless on the forecheck and on the puck. And I was really impressed with how they skate for the duration of their whole shift. Even their line changes, you see guys flying off and flying on, and they're like I say, they're a really good hockey team for this league. And we fought hard in the second period. We got a couple back and made it close for a few minutes there, and actually almost pulled to within 1 goal. Matty Smittle made a big save there kind of halfway through the second period. But just overall real good Slough team on the night. And I told our guys, that's where we want to get this program to. We want to be that fast skating, hardworking team, and that's got to be our identity, and that's where we are going to get to at some point. But little bit of reality check in that we're not there yet. We're definitely not there yet. And another reality check over the course of the weekend is if we're not putting full effort in, we're not at a stage yet where we can win games where we're going through the motions type thing. So we got to get back on it. We'll get back to work this week. We got one more game this weekend coming up against Solent before we have our little break over Christmas. But we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be absolutely fine. We're just in a little bit of a rut right now, and we're gonna find our way out of it. And like I say, we'll get back at it, and we just need to get that first win and get back on the horse and get going again. So we'll see what happens this week and go from there.
I'm so sorry, Kenny. We nearly forgot about you, but thank you so much for sending in your thoughts. As always, I just love Ken's accent. Hockey's just
you can actually listen to it for ages.
I can listen to Ken talk for days, absolute days. Love it. No, and to be fair, he reiterated a lot with what we said about how when Slough turn up like that, there's not a great deal you can do about it, and that momentum shift where they very nearly pulled it back within 1. But then put it, back to the gap to 2. Yeah. So it will turn around. It will turn around for Swindon because they're good players.
They do, and like I said, it's talent through youth and through experience. So they will get their form back. It's just they're going through this little rut of time. But
yeah. Well, that's just done. Thanks for everyone.
Well, it's not. We have some breaking news.
Go on, breaking news, go on.
Invicta have released a statement saying Regan O'Neill has requested his release from the club within the last hour.
Wow.
Yes,
really?
I've just seen it. So Invicta has said, club announcement, the Invicta Dynamos can confirm that Regan O'Neill has requested his release. while we are naturally very disappointed that this decision comes at this stage of the season, we've respected his wishes and granted the request. We thank Reeg for his commitment and contributions across the past 3 seasons and wish him well.
Wow, that's a shock.
Very big shock.
That's like an Invicta through and through player.
It is. I literally just seen it. I'm glad I've seen it, so we could talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, especially sort of like the form they're in as well.
Well, Ollie Bronneman has also gone from Invicta.
Yeah.
That happened earlier in the week.
Yeah, which was also, again, like, I feel like he's been at Invicta for years. So it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, that is a funny one. I mean, the Ollie Bronneman was always a bit funny. When he came back, because I think he was trying to sort of organise his time better of where he could get to play. So he come back to Invicta and has since been released. I know whether he's where he asked to be released or whatnot. The statement was a bit vague. But now, I mean, in all fairness as well, you know, we'll say exactly the same thing as we said about Chelmsford last week.
Yeah, what?
Why? Why? Top players. Yeah. I mean, they're top 2 line players as well.
They are. So it sort of like goes back into what we were saying. Like, we weren't bashing just one club. Like, we're just actually just like voicing an opinion because like it can happen to any team possible. So for it to be happening at Invicta, same principle. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I honestly thought if you cut Regan O'Neill, he'd bleed horse.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was a proper through and through diamond.
Yeah. So yeah, really weird one. But I'm glad I've seen that. So thank you to, I don't know who messaged it to the account, but it's come through. I use my phone to play the coach's thoughts out. So my phone's on Do Not Disturb. So I can't get any contact whilst we're recording. My phone is also on Do Not Disturb, but sometimes when I'm like just put it through, like just on it just to check, it just came up and I thought, oh, it's a bit of breaking news.
And to be fair as well, I mean, there's for the players that have moved around, you'd think that Invicta have now got to find a couple of players.
Yeah, because you're losing 2 big names.
Yeah.
So
whether
and it's also
come up from within.
It's also one of them. You're getting near to the end of that January sort of cut off, and you want to sign players in enough time so they can play in playoff games and stuff like that. Because obviously, if you don't play enough games during the season, you won't be able to play for some of the playoff games.
Yeah,
really, really strange one. Really shock.
Particularly a player of Regan's style would. Okay, I'll put it out there. I don't think it's too dissimilar from Alan Lax.
Yeah.
That to me looks actually like a pretty logical replacement for it. I mean, no one can replace Alan Lax because his intensity is just absolutely unmatchable.
Yeah.
But if you want that, you know, defensive-minded player that can kind of play in the centre, can play a little bit two-way.
If he puts himself in there as well, there's a lot of. I think there's been a lot of times where whoever I'm watching, they've been playing against Invicta, always Regan O'Neill, it's like, oh, he bloody gets in there, don't he?
Yeah, as I said, you know, he's annoying.
Yeah, he's annoying. He's physical as well, and like, are Invicta now going to lack that sort of, that person who will go in for a fight, or who will put their life on the line for the game? So
that is a really interesting one. Obviously, that's just breaking, so we'll have to kind of see what the fallout is from that. But yeah, that is yeah, I'd say I'll put that out there. I obviously I don't know anything. People ask me if I know anything. I don't know anything.
No, I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked then.
Yeah, so it's I think to be fair, if Regan O'Neill walked up at Chelmsford in the next few weeks, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But we'll wait and see. Great, love a bit of breaking.
We will wait and see.
We
love a bit of breaking news. Yeah, breaking news, guys. My first little breaking news. Normally it's you, so I was like, I hope he ain't seen.
I know, normally I drop you in it, don't I? Stuff you haven't prepared.
Yeah, normally you drop me in it, and I'm like, oh shit.
But then sometimes there's things where I think I'm not dropping her in it because she's going to know what I'm talking about, and then all of a sudden you haven't seen Blades of Glory and you haven't seen Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks, Katelin.
Oh no, you're going to start
at home.
Hate club for me.
Have you got Disney Plus at home?
Yes.
Right. Look, I know we're getting close to 8 o'clock, and I know Crystal Palace are playing in the Europa pantry or whatever they're in. Watch the bloody Mighty Ducks.
I will. I'm literally doing jack shit tomorrow, so Mighty Ducks will be on.
And then you can text me and tell me how much you loved it, because it is amazing.
Yes.
I mean,
I might even post my review.
Yeah. And then do you know what? After that, there's Mighty Ducks 2, and there's Mighty Ducks 3, and then there's a Mighty Ducks series.
Is it good though? Like, I need it to be as good as like the first movie.
No, the first one's brilliant. The second one is probably the better film.
Mm-hmm.
All massively unrealistic with regards to hockey rules and things like that, but still, it's good fun. The third one is pretty terrible, but it's kind of got subliminal messaging. The third one, it's subliminal messaging for adolescents.
Right.
So it's kind of good in that way. And then the series was a bit crap. Apart from it's got I can never remember her name. She's the mum in Gilmore Girls. Josh loves watching Gilmore Girls, so it's on in the house quite a lot. Yeah, she's in it. Gordon Bombay's in it, who's like the Ducks coach. And it's quite a interesting switcheroo from the first Ducks film to the series of how everything's kind of all panned out. But,
I'll have to watch it. I will.
So you have to watch it, and then do a little review and post a review, or we'll talk about it on next week's show. And then
I'll tell you what. That'll be the first topic we talk about next week, so I will watch it.
And once you've done the Mighty Ducks, you've got to watch Blades of Glory.
Yes, I have to.
I think you'll get a little bit more understanding of my opinion.
Yes, on that, yeah. See, if you said think of a film with ice hockey in it, I'm automatically on Tooth Fairy.
Obviously, I would never go there.
Really?
Never, no. I'm going Mighty Ducks, and then I'm probably going Slapshot, Miracle, and Goon.
See, Tooth Fairy was like my childhood film, like not even just because of ice hockey, like that was like I loved watching that.
Yeah, Mighty Ducks was my childhood thing. You know, I'm like 9 years old and I'm thinking, fuck yeah, I want to go and play ice hockey, but oh no, I'm like an hour from Chelmsford and you know all the equipment costs so much money. I always say ice hockey missed out on me. I could have been a superstar.
You could have. I could have not been talking to you right now.
No, to be fair, you know, I'm sure I'm athletic and I'm competitive. Well, I was athletic before I got so old and injured everywhere. But yeah, I would have loved to have been able to play the game. I don't think I would have been amazing at it. My hand-eye coordination's not what these boys is. It's yeah.
I'd have no hope. I can't balance. I can't ice skate. I've got no balance. I can hardly walk in a straight line, and I've got no coordination. So I think I will stick to talking about it and watching it.
I played a little bit of roller back in the day. I did play a little bit of roller back in the day. But,
not for me.
Yeah, I would have loved to have the chance at ice. But yeah, so thanks for that. Breaking news. That was
breaking
brilliant.
News, yeah. Breaking news of Katelin O'Brien.
So we're going to, next week then, obviously, I'm going to be at Solent versus Chelmsford, so we're going to talk all about that. I'm really hoping as well to get to Chelmsford versus Streatham on Sunday, and I'll take a little teddy bear there if I can, stick a little Zero Pucks given sticker on it as well.
Yeah.
So that I can get that out there.
I'm not going nowhere again. I feel like I haven't been to a hockey game in weeks. But because it's coming up to Christmas, everyone wants to just go out. So it's hard to turn down. So my office will be the pub.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sticking with us all through this episode. Don't forget to please check out our partners, Mike Giannoni at Hockey Art Co. hockeyartclothing.co.uk. 10% off everything you buy there when you use the code ZP10. And Hercules Ice Hockey. Go and check out Hercules Ice Hockey apparel. They've got all sorts of stuff on there for teams that they do with. They've also done jerseys for our friends over at Girls at the Rink. The girls have kind of slowed down a little bit on their social content because they're probably doing the same as you, going to the pub instead of going to hockey.
I'm still trying to stick to the content. I do need to go to a hockey game though.
It's always good to see what the girls are up to. They're fantastic.
They are brilliant over there.
Yeah, they are nice. Well, thank you very much for listening. It's been great.
Yeah, thank you, Ben, as well.
Oh, pleasure for your time as always.
Yeah, of course. And I am now going to go and watch the footy.
I'm going to go and watch the darts.
I'm probably switching up between the both. At half time, the darts will be on.
Cracking. I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So, that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. See slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.